What is going on, YouTube? Lamont at large. Today I'm in Waco, Texas, and I'm going to tell you a story about a kid with Grindr fever. If you don't know what Grindr is, it's basically a hookup app similar to Plenty of Fish, OkCupid, Tinder, all of those, that's used by gay men for pretty much late night hookups. And on the very early morning of August 17th, 2020, a man by the name of Justin Lee Backer was on Grindr looking for whatever's clever, and he ran into a guy on there by the name of Demarion Tremel the Great. And according to an arrest affidavit, an affidavit is a signed paper, legally binding. If you lie on an affidavit, you go to jail. So according to the affidavit, Backer had met up with Trammell because Trammell supposedly wanted to buy drugs. So they met up about a mile down the street from here. And he said, according to the affidavit, that the Great told him to drive to another location to meet him, and then he would give him the money. And Backer was waiting in his car outside, and he said as soon as the Great opened up his door, he immediately shot him in the chest. And as soon as he shot him, he took off in his car, and he came right into this convenience store across the street on the corner of Bosque and New Road to get help. And of course, 911 was called, and police and paramedics arrived to render assistance to him. But sadly, that was only the first of 3 shootings that occurred last night. The next victim was not so lucky. About 2 hours later, and not even a mile down the road, on the corner of Brooks Circle and North 34th Street, police got a call of a man suffering a gunshot wound in his car in this here shopping center. Police arrive and see Jonathan Deshaun Breeding, 23 years of age, with a gunshot wound to the torso. And he was later taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now, according to the article online, it's unclear whether he was shot somewhere else, like maybe he was in this neighborhood right here and he was lured there, and then when they shot him, he drove here. But it's quite possible that he drove here and crashed into one of these poles here at this shopping center. And 2 hours after that shooting, police get another call of gunfire in the air, literally not even 3 blocks away from that shopping center. And police came here, and about 15 minutes later, they found the 3rd victim, supposedly of Demarion the Great. Now, they haven't charged him with this shooting yet because there's, I guess, not enough evidence to really link him to it, but they believe he is linked to all of these shootings. Now, he was arrested 4 days later for the first shooting when the victim identified him through a police lineup. And they highly suspected him of Breeding's murder, but they didn't have enough evidence to link him to it. Only what they had was that he was using Grindr as well. He was released on $200,000 bond. However, when they got enough evidence to charge him with the murder, they quickly arrested him. Sometime later, U.S. Marshals were there to arrest him in Fort Worth. And just last month, on November 5th, he was charged with capital murder in Breeding's death. Now, they can't go for the death penalty because he was under 18 at the time of the murder, and I went looking on his Facebook, and here's a picture of the great, probably 12 years old at the time, throwing up gang signs. So it appears that this kid was already on a really downward path towards this type of life. Now, I want to say something really quickly. People are saying online that this was a hate crime. There is no evidence that this was a hate crime. Yes, everybody involved, all the victims that used the dating app Grindr were gay. However, one of the articles does state that the first victim in the shooting did mention robbery as a motive. Now, if it was simply robbery and he just shot and killed him, this guy is an insane lunatic. Maybe he felt that if he used that dating app, that somehow gays were going to be an easier target or victim than if it was a regular person. Or maybe he was gay as well and he hated himself. Who knows? Simply saying this, that when you make a story, when you're a news outlet, and you have to make the story, you have to sell the story as best as you can to get clicks, to get people to watch. And, you know, listen, I don't blame them, except for they're not in the news business to necessarily tell you the truth anymore. They're in the business to make money, which, you know, we all have to make money at the end of the day, but pushing false narratives, in my opinion, is just not the right way to go. So I just want to throw that out there. There is no proof that this was a hate crime. Nobody knows if he was gay, and robbery could have very well been the motive. I mean, just from me reading about this guy was just a lunatic. That's all I got from it. Anyways, guys, whatever app you use to meet people, whether it's Grindr, Plenty of Fish, whatever stuff is out there, be very careful. Don't meet people in their house, especially you ladies. Don't meet guys at their house. You already know what's going on. You know, meet them in a public place, get to know them a little bit better, because you never know who you're meeting. I mean, honest to God, there's a lot of lunatics out there, and with the invention of the internet, it has made an easier gateway to meet people, which is a good thing, but also, you know, could also be a bad thing. Anyways, guys, I will catch up with you on the next vlog. God bless and peace out.